It was supposed to be a celebration, a day full of joy, messages, and love from millions of fans around the world. But this year, Can Yaman's birthday turned into something entirely unexpected. Instead of the usual cheerful posts and photos, the actor made a quiet, emotional request that left everyone completely stunned. His words were simple but heavy with meaning: "Please, don't do it." The message appeared on his social media late in the evening. Fans had been waiting all day, expecting a post filled with gratitude or maybe a glimpse of his private celebration. Instead, what they saw was a short message, almost like a whisper: "Thank you for your love, but please, don't do it this year." No one knew exactly what he meant at first. But within minutes, the internet exploded with questions. What was he asking people not to do? Why did his tone sound so serious, even sad? Soon, it became clear. Every year, his fans organize huge events for his birthday: banners, posters in the streets, public gatherings, even fireworks. But this time, Can wanted none of it. His reason? "There are moments when silence speaks louder than celebrations," he later explained. He wasn't angry. He wasn't distant. He was simply honest. For the first time, he showed the world a more vulnerable side of himself, the side that didn't need applause, didn't need gifts, but just a bit of peace. "Sometimes," he said, "you just need a quiet day to remember who you are, not who the world expects you to be." Those words hit deep. Fans who had spent weeks preparing massive birthday tributes stopped in their tracks. The hashtags paused, and the tone on social media shifted from excitement to reflection. People began to understand that this year, for Can, it wasn't about fame. It was about meaning. A close friend of the actor later shared that the past year had been particularly tough for him: constant rumors, emotional exhaustion, and the pressure of always being in the public eye. He needed a break, the friend said. He wanted to remind everyone that birthdays aren't just for celebration. They're also for introspection. Still, even with his request for quiet, fans couldn't help but show their love. But this time, it was different. Instead of loud events, they filled social media with heartfelt messages: soft, respectful, personal. Some wrote letters, some shared their favorite moments from his career, and others simply wrote, "We hear you, Can, happy birthday." Can later responded with gratitude. "That means more to me than anything," he said in a follow-up message. "You've given me peace, and that's the greatest gift." But one sentence in his message still lingered in everyone's mind: "Please, don't do it." What exactly was he referring to? Many believed he was talking about the large fan gatherings that often invade his privacy. Others thought it was a response to the endless media speculation about who he spent his birthday with. Every year, the tabloids try to catch a glimpse: a dinner, a hug, a mysterious companion. Maybe this time, Can simply wanted the world to stop guessing and let him breathe. Because behind the glamour, behind the fame, there's a man who still feels, who still gets tired, who still wants to live quietly sometimes. When he finally appeared on Instagram Live later that night, his tone was calm, almost soothing. He smiled, thanked everyone for their love, and added, "This year, I just wanted to keep things simple. No parties, no noise. Just gratitude." And that's when he repeated those same words that would echo everywhere: "Please, don't do it. Not because I don't love you, but because I need this one to be just for me." That honesty broke hearts and earned respect all at once. Fans wrote comments like, "He's finally showing us the real Can," and "Sometimes the strongest people are the ones who ask for peace." The next morning, instead of massive celebrations, his timeline was filled with black and white photos, fans posting messages like "Respect his silence" and "We understand." Even major fan clubs around the world agreed not to hold physical events this time, honoring his wish. It was something no one expected: a global fanbase united in quiet support. No lights, no noise, just love. Later, in an Italian interview, Can opened up more deeply about why he made that choice. "People often think I'm strong all the time," he said. "But I'm human. I have my ups and downs. I've learned that not every special day needs to be shared. Some moments are meant to be lived privately. He also hinted that his decision had something to do with personal loss, though he didn't specify what. Some birthdays remind you of who's not there anymore, he said softly. And that changes the way you want to celebrate. Those words left fans emotional. Suddenly, his birthday wish made perfect sense. It wasn't rejection. It was pain. It was human. It was a reminder that fame doesn't erase loneliness or longing. Still, what truly touched everyone was how gracefully he expressed it. No anger. No drama. Just quiet truth. Even Demet Özdemir, his former co-star, was said to have liked one of the fan posts that read, "Sometimes love means understanding silence." That small gesture didn't go unnoticed. Fans immediately took it as a silent show of support, not just for Can, but for everything he was feeling. In the days that followed, journalists wrote about the moment, calling it a rare act of sincerity in a world of noise. One headline read, "Can Yaman's quietest birthday becomes his most powerful." And it was true. Without parties, without noise, his message reached more people than ever. For Can, it was a turning point. A reminder that he didn't need to constantly perform, he just needed to be real. He once said, "When you live in the spotlight too long, you forget how to be still." I'm learning that stillness again. That birthday wish, "Please, don't do it," wasn't just about skipping celebrations. It was about reclaiming peace. It was about remembering himself outside the headlines, outside the pressure, outside the noise. And perhaps that's why his fans love him even more now. Because in a world obsessed with sharing everything, Can Yaman reminded everyone that sometimes, the most beautiful moments are the ones you keep for yourself. In the end, what started as confusion turned into admiration. The internet calmed down. The cameras turned away. And somewhere, away from all the lights, Can Yaman finally celebrated, quietly, peacefully, and on his own terms. Because for him, that was the real gift all along. In the following days, people kept talking about that one phrase, "Please, don't do it." It became more than just a message. It became a symbol of self-awareness, of setting boundaries, of reminding everyone that celebrities are human too. Fans from Italy, Spain, Turkey, and Latin America began sharing personal stories about moments when they, too, needed space but didn't know how to ask for it. It was as if Can Yaman had spoken not only for himself but for thousands of others who constantly feel the weight of expectations. "He taught us that saying no doesn't mean you're ungrateful," one fan wrote. "It means you're strong enough to protect your peace." Even entertainment magazines that usually chase gossip showed respect this time. Instead of their usual sensational headlines, they wrote about his maturity and emotional depth. "Can Yaman breaks the pattern," one article said. "He chooses peace over performance." What made it even more powerful was how humble his attitude remained afterward. He didn't post flashy photos or return with a long explanation. He simply thanked his fans again for understanding, for respecting his boundaries, and for giving him what he truly needed, silence. In the entertainment industry, where image is everything, that kind of honesty is rare. Yet, somehow, it made him even more admired. People saw him differently, not just as a star, but as a man who values meaning over attention. By the end of that week, something remarkable happened. Fans decided to start a new tradition. Instead of organizing big events for his next birthday, they planned to donate to animal shelters and children's hospitals, causes Can has always supported. "If he wants peace," one fan wrote, "let's honor it with kindness." And that's how one simple phrase turned into a worldwide movement, all because one man had the courage to say, "Please, don't do it."